Consistent self-improvement, everybody.
You are tuned in to American gypC Podcast. I'm your host, gypC, and I'm joined by my co-host,
Classic.
And today we have two guests with us. You can go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know who you are.
Okay. My name is Stephanie Robledo. We're representing Keep It Clean, and we're here to...
S&E.
S&E, keeping it clean.
Okay.
Yeah, keeping it clean. We're doing local cleanups and home improvement, anything in cleaning related.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, my name is Eric. Last name Escobar. I the founder of the housekeeping business that we're trying to promote today here. We have been up for about 1 year. It hasn't been that long as well. We are getting some customers, and hopefully by working with you guys today here and like doing this stuff, we will be getting more customers, and you guys get more podcasts first class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what made you, as far as what inspired you to start your own company what's your story that led up to it?
Oh, okay. So my story is basically I am an immigrant that has been in the U.S. Or in Los Angeles mostly for about 8 years.
Okay.
I've been here for 8 years.
Where'd you come from?
From Salvador, yeah.
Okay.
But I never learned over there how to do housekeeping there.
Mm-hmm.
But I did learn how to do housekeeping over here with other companies, working under other companies. And what really inspired me was also the pandemic. You know how when the pandemic started, a lot of people started losing business and work and jobs. And I have been struggling these 8 years over here for work. It is better said. Yeah. So I've been struggling for 8 years for work, and how can I say this? And when I met her about 2 years ago is when I started thinking maybe I should just stop working for other people and start working for myself and help other people as well, hopefully, in the name of Jesus. I am very Christian too, if I can include that.
Yeah, no problem.
That's part of my whole story of being here in the U.S.
And wanting to own his own, having to keep family and everything building, So for me being a citizen, I'm like, I'll just take a 16-hour paying job. I'm good. I struggled before, but since he opened my eyes, it was just the Lord first over all things. But he showed me hard work. It's going to be days that you crash and burn and you're like, I don't know what, this is going to happen. But the struggle is real. You know?
And even to have that fire to know that you want more.
Mm-hmm.
To keep.
He ignited what I knew it was there. I knew there's something to be done. But he put it alive, and there's the work, hands at the plow. So days are going to be good. Some days are going to be bad. Some days nothing's going to happen. But, God does provide for us. He's put everything that we need in front of us. And there's just a partner you need, to help you move forward and help you make that foundation and, keep producing.
And where are you from again?
I'm from Los Angeles, originally from Los Angeles. And I've lived here my whole life in Echo Park area for my whole life. I'm 30. So, so I'm pretty much an inhabitant of Echo Park, and now I live in South Central with Eric. And, so we're engaged, and, we're more than happy to, give our all to anyone who would employ us in their home and keep them happy,
Yeah, to build your business as well.
Yeah.
So what is it like in El Salvador growing up?
To be honest with you, I went through some struggle here, like I said, not just like work related, but also like street wise. And I would relate both almost the same, the street is the street, and it can persecute or can lose any person. In El Salvador, it's almost the same. It is dangerous as it is over here when you do not take care of yourself. In this place, I'm talking about me. In El Salvador, I did not go through any persecution or anything like that. Thank God, because I was focused in school, and I was focused in learning how to break dance. Break dance was my thing over there. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And when I came over here, then I kind of lost my ways. I after breakdancing and going back to school over here and graduating high school. Thank God I was able to graduate high school. Um, I started going out to the park, we can say, yeah, and in the park, I met a few people that weren't the best influence, but they weren't like so evil, thank God, but they weren't a big help as well. Like you guys are a big help right over here. You're doing a great thing over here, yeah. And yeah, El Salvador, I pretty much like I learned a few things about work related, like for example, farming, a couple of farm stuff like planting beans, growing corn and stuff like that, yeah, because I was from like we can say countryside, from the countryside. And yeah, it isn't so bad. There's good places as well. I'm not talking just the bad stuff about Salvador, and Salvador like nice beaches too. Yeah. There's many places where you can recreate. Yeah. Where we can recreate a lot of the stuff like public places. There's also museums as well, but it's just a small country. That's the thing. Like you can cross from one side to the country, from one side of the country to the other side in less than the whole day. In less than half a day, actually. Yeah. Wow.
So when you learned that you were coming to America, what was the feeling like? What was it?
It was actually my idea, I was a youngster, teenager, under 18 years old, and I was like that. I mean, I was living with my father and a stepmother, and I was living with my younger brother and two younger sisters. So what happened was that my mom was over here as an immigrant as well. She has been here for a while, and we still communicated throughout the years that she was here, at least Christmas, or my birthdays. She will give me a call, or we will give her a call. And I said, Mom, you know what? I want to go to the USA because, like, over here, I feel like there's no jobs, but it is actually when I just come to realize throughout these many years that it's not like there's no jobs. It's up to me to go out there and hunt it,
Yeah.
Hunt them, yeah, or any job, like any kind of job, farm jobs or housekeeping, like in this case, and and so yeah, I told my mother that I wanted to move to this country. That I want to come over here and live with her. When I was under 18 years old, still we were by then, like it was 8 years ago, before the President Donald Trump had come to the White House. Before then, so we were. Immigrants they were under 18 years old, were still able to stay. We have a legal guardian or somebody who could take care of us, and my mother was here. That was a very luck shot for me. And yeah, that's my story of how I came. And I learned a little more about dancing here, but then I said, you know what, I can't forget about school. And then I focused about school. That I became one of the best graders. I mean, like a leader. No, that's separated from school. Yeah, that's like teachable. Because I also was a teacher. Yeah, I was a dancing teacher right here in Miguel Contreras, the school right here, and Roybal and Belmont. Yeah, but that was after school. That's not like school related. So yeah, I focus in school.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank God.
Props, man. A lot of props for that.
Thank God.
So how was your English there? Did you learn English
in El Salvador?
Here? Yeah, or did you have to kind of, this is the progress you've made over the 8 years?
When I was in El Salvador, I never liked English, to be honest. I like dancing, like I mentioned. When I was over there, I was more into dancing than into school. So that means like into learning. And yeah,
So most of your English has come in the 8 years of living here?
Over here, yeah. It grew over here. It grew a lot over here. And the funny part about me trying to learn English was that I wanted to learn English just to communicate with the girls over here.
Hey, whatever you gotta do.
Yeah, it's a motivator, though.
That's a con right there. That was my motivation. But in the end, it came out handy, It came more than handy because I was able to speak to not just the girls. I was able to speak also to African Americans, Caucasians, Asians,
everybody English,
teachers, business owners, like offices, people, the officers as well. Like, you know, even if I was able to, if I was confused, because there were occasions over here when I had like some trouble going on. Like, for example, I would get stopped by the police, me picking a bud back in the days when I was smoke weed as well. I was stopped by the police once, and they were saying they were chasing someone that had just like shotguns around the place we were or like shot some bullets, or you know, like there was some fire going on like in between gangs, I think, around the 3rd and Vermont. I still remember I was in the McDonald's right there in the parking lot with some 3 family members of mine as well. And then I was just going to drop them off after a 15th birthday party, Mexican birthday party, 15. And then, next thing I know is that we got stopped. We got like a handcuff. The helicopter was on top of us, and they were like, we were following somebody because we got a phone call, and they said there was 4 Hispanics in a car just like yours, which was a BMW back then that my mom had given me, thank God. And they searched the car. They searched us, and they didn't find not even a bullet. So, you know, they let us go. And like, it was good for me that I learned English because I was able to communicate with the sheriffs. You know what? Like, we're just coming from a party. We're just coming we just made a stop in McDonald's, and this and that happened. And there's a whole confusion going on. But that's the best thing about learning English. Yeah.
Communicate. Yeah.
You said you've been here in Echo Park for a while. And I know I've seen videos of Echo Park, how it was in the 90s versus now. It's very different. Yeah. How was that like?
Well, me growing up in Echo Park, the beauty of it was just like in the movies. You know, it was some type of aqua color, you know, nice fountains. Everything was just mellow, you know, and beautiful. The geese, the ducks, you know, they're there, but they're not the same. You know, there used to be white ducks, like, you know.
I just mean like the neighborhood wise, has it changed
gentrification
in the past, like
gentrification,
10, 20 years?
Yeah, gentrification came like I believe like 10 years ago when people started buying properties off of Hispanics that were living there, Philippines, a lot of Filipinos that were moved out because of that reason, Chinese, and our percentage of Hispanics was like maybe like 23%, and then the rest were Filipinos or Occidental, let's just say. And so yeah, gentrification definitely came through, and you know, people from Utah, from, you know, Oklahoma, from like Portland, from different places started coming and buying and doing new landscaping, changing everything around, you know, and complaints and more, you know, progress and change. And so it was a good change at the time, but during a while you start realizing like the roots of Echo Park is kind of lifting up and becoming something other than just elotes, and you know, like, you know, you see the street vendors, and you know, everybody selling flowers at that. In the 90s, you know, in the 90s it was awesome and everybody was around, but of course there was gang injections started coming into the parks and cleaning all that out. And so it was for the best of us, you know. And for those that, I never liked gangs, I never did, you know. And at that time when I was growing up, there's so much activity, you know, like they would get bored and come and pick on me or something, you know, or people that weren't even involved with anything. So I had to find other ways to you know, progress and try to do something. But I wasn't the best kid, you know. I was out there doing my own, but it was always trouble around there during the 90s and like late 2000s, you know. So the change was good. It was good. Now it's overpopulated. Yeah. It used to be like, oh yeah, let's go for a run or let's go for a walk around Echo Park, you know. Everybody be like, oh, how nice, you know. I used to take my daughter out there, and you know, there's so much space, you know. And now it's just like, you know, homeless, but you know, we all know that it's not the trouble, you know. It's just the trouble that comes within them, you know. And we all got to see past that and understand that there's something all of us would like, you know. But people under homes, under a roof, will be automatically discriminative, or you know, saying, oh, you guys really shouldn't do that, you know, this is my property, or it's bad, it's a sore eye to my eye, you know, I look out and I just see this, you know. So it's a lot of dividing, you know. But there is collaboration, you know. We have a mix there, you know. Right now it's not even, we used to complain about MacArthur Park and how all that was happening. Now we have it in Echo Park, and everybody's trying to collaborate and try to make it different. And there's even gardens, produced there in the same lake side. So, they have this beautiful sign saying, take what you need and not everything. Leave some for who needs it, right? Yeah. So there's a progression within the park, under people, not necessarily anyone with money, but someone with a good heart, that tries to go and change that. So it's changed a lot, and we have so much there,
What were some of your childhood dreams growing up in a place like
I wanted
LA?
In LA, I wanted to be a veterinarian.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to do that. I was very committed on 2 horses because I used to go, to the ranches and stuff. And then I had my dogs. I had like 3, 4, mixed pet bulls. And then I had like another little Chihuahua. She had a little face, but she was always my favorite. And so learning from different animals, loving and caring for something like that. But that was a dream, and now, changing all that, animals are innocent, but changing, the city, now that's a big job, Yeah. And I mean, we clean homes, but I love to see and to feel the warmth of a person's home, to be their home, So when I clean, I feel like I'm just, minding my own and everything. And one day, I'll just get an intimate time with the person that's employing me, not for me, not for my gain, not for, they trust. No. It's for, the Lord works within us, so we just try to keep moving forward to whatever they're asking from us. And then, one day the key might be there, which is, the Holy Spirit. Like my fiance has told me that people will all of a sudden, oh my gosh, thank you so much for this one gesture. And boom, they just start breaking down. Like my year, like for example, I had a client earlier this week, and I gave her a little card, a little card with a little something. It's, Christmas season, and it wasn't for no intentions to get anything extra or none of that. I love it. My husband could tell, my fiance could tell you. He's like, oh my gosh, So I'm over there thrilled, like, I left her this little present. I'm going to go. I go sit down. I put it not in an obvious place. And then she texts me telling me, thank you so much. My year was difficult. I had breast cancer and I survived,
Mm-hmm.
And I said, in the name of Jesus. And then I was just like, he saw like the Holy Spirit work through her, you've been to her home about 3, 4 times. And, until now, you get something intimate like that. So for me, that was a big gift, and for him also, he was just like, wow, she actually told you something like that. I mean, for me, it's like a boom, like, that was the best gift ever, and to know that she's alive and well, she didn't tell us when we first went to her home, and to get a trust and a relief, I believe, because I don't think she has any family member near here. So, for her, it was just like this comfort, this like born, like, wow, someone really cares for me, or there's this, just a presence, and that's what we need. That's what we need to give, and it doesn't have to be through thousands and millions, even though Jesus, that's the way he walked, He came to touch everybody, not just 1 or 2, but those that receive are the ones that are going to receive that gift to abide and understand and be like, wow, like, that's the Holy Spirit, So it's nothing what I have given her materialistically, but it's something we went and provided, and it was inhabiting somewhere, and that's where it, blossomed, So I just, like to do things like that, and I'm pretty sure, my man has his token, where he will touch. We've touched lives, I believe, through God's way and through Jesus Christ, and.
It's all as a collective, even just from building the business to you're able to connect with the people. That's that's basically the foundation, just like kind of building the church.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just like that. And we don't, like, church is church, a title, you get me? But it's what we carry. Right. It's the treasures we can give and, receive also. It all takes time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what areas do you guys service? Do you guys have a limitation?
Well, for right now, we basically started serving, like she said in the beginning when we walk in. We work in South Central and also Echo Park area, but we are hopefully getting more customers soon around those 2 areas, and hopefully expand out. We were actually planning to go out for, like, say, like Citadel, like Hollywood, and like give out all these business cards. So yeah, we are starting to like we'll pretty much like make our route of how to, let's say we have 5 customers for one day, and then but they're all in different cities, and yeah, we'll go from the farthest to the closest, and for right now we just have 2 customers, which one is in Echo Park, one is in South Central near Western and Normandy, and between 40th and 50th Street. We are also getting more inquiries by now. They think that they are around Echo Park as well. But we're looking forward to get more customers from probably Culver City or out of Westwood. Anyway,
so you guys have a pretty big radius.
Yeah.
And like, what kind of service do you guys offer?
Or what are the packages?
Yeah.
Well, we do not go by packages. We go pretty much like, let's say, depends on how much time. Not even by time. Like how much we're going to work on your home. You know, for example, let's say because there's people that, like, for example, our last time we went to work, Jana, that's our favorite customer for right now, who is
everybody's special to me.
Stephanie's friend now.
Shout out to Janet. Thank you, Janet.
Yeah, she's
really good.
She is really good. She has a room. She has one bedroom apartment. It has 1 bedroom. It has 1 bathroom. It has the kitchen. It has the living room and a small hall. Yeah. But this last time that we went to work there, she said, "Oh, you know what, guys? I can't the bathroom. I'll do it. You know, you guys take care of everything else. The couch, the counters, the window blinders.
Details, anything.
Yeah. So we asked them, like, what do you want us to do? You know, like what is it that you are looking forward to keep clean? In this case, you know.
So you kind of work on a consultation first, and then figure out what a person needs.
Yeah, we're learning as they're learning from us. Yeah.
Okay.
And we also had another customer that had like 2 bedrooms. I think it's 2 bedroom. It was 2 bedrooms, a big living room, and the kitchen, and 1 bathroom. Yeah. So, but that one was a house. You see, it wasn't an apartment, and we still like didn't charge them that much because she didn't tell us like, you guys do this much. She was just like, just clean the floor and the bathroom, and you don't have to wipe the whole house down, you know, or the roof or anything.
Yeah.
We don't exceed over $100. So like if it's like a studio that's incomplete, it'll be like $100, and then we do require just like little notes like, oh, we don't have a vacuum or something like that. We don't charge anything extra. If we have it, we'll go ahead and give it. Most of our clients do have cleaning supplies, but we also like to be prepared. So any inquiries, you guys could call us and you know, let us know what in particular you would like us to clean, because dog hairs, cat hairs, that combined is just like, wow, like, oh my gosh, people are so happy once they see that couch. They're like, oh, great, you know. So you know, you need a powerful vacuum for that one. So
yeah, but for now we're just cleaning homes.
Yeah,
for now we're just cleaning homes.
Apartments.
We're actually looking forward to grow as a offices cleaning too, like, you know, carpeting. Mostly it's gonna be mostly carpet and just throw the trash out. I worked in that before, like I mentioned.
Yeah.
And I also I am also looking forward with Stephanie to clean restaurants, which is her restaurants. I believe they are the hardest one to clean because
we need more equipment for that. But that's why we're starting with the homes and, you know, trying to make that get that golden egg going for. We could go ahead and produce, you know, get our products and a van, you know, something stable. But I mean, overall things, we're just here to, you know, progress little by little, but we still want to be able to abide to any of their, you know,
if
details.
the Lord wants us, of course, you know, nothing can be done without his
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And that's a similar thing is we completely understand with us with what we do. I don't know if you know, I actually street perform down at 7th and Fig. So
nice.
Yeah, it's the community service thing is there, understanding and being grateful for, you know, even what someone will give, like even to be able to relate to we had a older lady the other night that kind of had some things on her heart, and you could see it, just from the pain of everything that's been happening with the whole pandemic thing. So she was really generous, and we're basically
blessed,
equal.
Yeah, we are blessed.
It's an equal thing when you can give someone a positive word during times like this.
We never know. You never know who you may be feeding, serving, helping. Getting attention from. Anybody,
or even helping.
Yeah, helping, exactly.
Everyone is so isolated now. You don't know what kind of mental effect it has on people.
Emotional,
It kind of feels like when I like from child development, I learned this small, like, when you put the kids away and it's time. What is it called? Time out. Yeah, it kind of feels like time out. Like, you know what, guys, you guys, like the government saying, you know what, guys, you guys are not doing what you're supposed to do. Like, you're not being so grateful with us. We're helping you as you guys help us, of course. And that's how I think, but that's me, And it actually affects I think from my part, I think it affects the child, because the child is just having fun. He's just being like, his spirit is so powerful. His spirit is just like so big right now. Dad, like, oh, mom, I just want to have fun. I don't even know what, I don't know the word. I know, yeah. So it kind of feels like that, but in the end, our Lord, He sent somebody, like, like for me at this moment, it's you guys. I was telling Stefan, like, this is a big step, like, it's a big step to go to a podcast. I never thought about going to a podcast and promote our business. I was thinking just hand out business cards, or just probably just some pieces of paper, some sheets, that says, contact
that as
us.
Well, though. That is that.
Yeah, actually,
you have to do that as well.
Yeah.
We have to do that as well.
Yeah, we do the same thing. We're trying to find creative ways to promote, and that's how I ended up finding the app next door, and then found you guys there.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And even just building the whole platform. That's kind of one of our focuses, and being able to put ourselves in a position to be able to help as freely as we we can.
Yeah. And get the word out for every small business and everyone who has a dream, Yeah. So it doesn't matter where we start, how we're finishing. I had a closed mind, I was very, not timid, but I was like, what do you mean a podcast? Like, what is that? Like, are we going to come out on TV? But I'm not going to ask any questions, because he's going to be like, come on, have faith, like, we're going to do it. That's
a good thing.
Like, I learned from him. Like, I wanted to get married, like he was, he proposed everything. And for a city girl, you're like, what? Like, and so for him to be my head now, like, Lord is my head, and then He's my shoulders, and I'm just gonna follow, So, basically, I'm like, whatever He's done for me has never been wrong, He's never failed, and He has a way of being like a father, like, come on, we're gonna do this. Oh, okay, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and go do this, and just.
I want to add that it is so much fun to be here. It is fun to be here.
We try to have that. I don't know if you guys have heard of like Joe Rogan, just more of a conversational versus like an interview style. Yeah. So, you guys can ask us questions. We can have conversations.
Okay, I'm going to start.
Yeah. Feel free to ask questions. And it feels good even for us to be here with a couple that shares the same flame and understanding and trusting each other, because there's a lot of things that I know she's learned from me, and there's a lot of things even right now that we're going into that I'm just really just following. We just basically kind of take it up, and I'm like, all right, now I'm following you now. It gets to
it happens.
It happens. Into the computer, the app. He does all that, and then he wants to take over the like, oh, let me talk to the people and this and that, and I'm like, babe, let me, I can handle that. I know it's overwhelming sometimes.
I feel like I have, I'm probably wrong, but I feel like I have more like the touch of like the professional way of talking in the.
Well, you have a passion for it.
But then she is the one that does it in the front that gets to touch the people, and like it's the barrier that I cannot break, but she can break. It's a barrier that she can break when we are like in the face-to-face meetings or like the kind of meetings. But
and it's similar like that. I'm kind of more of the upfront talker. I meet all of the people, and she kind of she does the tech side and everything. She's done the website and all of the behind the scenes. So that's the But even now though,
that's the touch of every one of us over here. The little touch we all have.
But it's everything has been, faith, knowing which direction you want to go in, following your heart. Camera stop for a second. I'm going to slow down.
Oh, it's okay.
And you guys came from where?
I'm originally from Mississippi.
Nice.
And we met in Atlanta.
Okay.
She was born here in Compton.
Oh, okay.
But she was raised in Ethiopia.
Yeah, I was raised in Ethiopia, and then I moved. Well, I'm Eritrean, which is a country right next to it, but I was raised in Ethiopia.
Wow.
And then I moved to Minnesota after that, like 10 years
If I may
later.
ask, how is Mississippi? Like
it's very green.
Ethiopia.
We're going with her after. I want to know how the states are over there.
Mississippi is compared to I can say compared to
move out to
LA,
the country.
since we know what LA looked like. Mississippi is very green, a lot of trees. Compared to LA, it would be reverse almost. I guess dealing with people and just a lot of
a really
things.
calmful place. Calmful place?
Oh yeah, it's quiet.
Yeah. Okay.
I
love that type of places.
Quite quiet. Of course, I'm from West. Well, I was born in Oxford, which is a country town, basically. Kind of used to be. It's growing now, but I was raised in the city. And Jackson is a little bit. It's not really city like L.A. still, and I don't think it hasn't been really growing that much, dealing with compared to a place like LA. But it's really hard to explain. It's besides the quiet, like I say, green, if it's countryside, that's one thing to explain, but it's the number one or number two place to go retire. So cheap housing.
But there's a lot of land, so if you guys want to farming,
I love the type of places.
We had an attempt. We attempted to go to Virginia, and it was during that storm that was hitting Laurel. And there was
how many years ago?
No, not
it was
years.
This year.
It was
it was
the beginning of this year, like in March or
we've had
April?
the TV off this year.
Oh, okay. Well, there was a storm hitting. We were barely getting to Arizona, like onto the east side of Arizona, and we're trying to make it to Virginia, right? So he's like, babe, I know we have to go. I want to leave, I want to grow, I want to do this. And I was like, okay, let's go. I got the blessing from my parents, I had everything settling down and like this, like just a blink of an eye, and we're ready. We didn't even pack much. We just went, and there was a storm going, but he didn't even mind the storm. There was a big hurricane hitting. I believe it was by Mississippi and Louisiana, and it was moving up. I don't know how the map goes. I'm not very good. Yeah. I'm not very good with geography, but
it's all connected right there. Yeah.
So it was moving, and I was on the weather app, and I was like, oh my gosh, should I freak him out now? He's not freaked out at all. I'm like, babe, there's a storm coming. It's raining already. I'm over here. This car is not going to make it all the way over there because it's small. And, he didn't mind, but he stopped at a gas station, and the Lord, let him know, hey, just go back, just go back. And he said, I got to toughen up, and we're going to go back home. And I was like, oh, good, we're almost to the hurricane's eye, we're going to pass all that. And he was just like, no, babe, I think we got to go back. And I was like, okay, in the name of Jesus,
we got some sprinkles on the way.
Yeah, and you could tell on the other side, the black clouds, and he was like, I see nothing. I don't see nothing. He just kept driving through, and I was like, "Oh, we would have made it with his, easy way. Yeah, the way he was just handling it, and he just needed to get a answer. He needed to get whatever was in him out. Let him. Well,
actually, what made me want to turn back wasn't the storm at all.
No, it wasn't.
It was what. Your daughter's still over there, with your parents, and we don't want to leave her. But we were also my initiation was that I wanted to move over there because
a better life
for a better life for her. Yeah, because But in the end, we make our life better. We make life better with our spirit. Always be positive and that kind of stuff. Not we just gotta move somewhere else because right here is too dangerous. You know what? If the Lord doesn't want, it is written in the Bible. It says 1,000 will fall on your left side, and another 10,000 on your right side. They won't touch you. You know, if we stay with Him, of course. If we have the spirit of happiness, faith,
the joy, the work,
that kind of stuff, and that's what pretty much make me turn around. Yeah, because
of my daughter.
It doesn't matter if I move from here to.
I was like, okay. I was just like, okay. My daughter's always been fine with my parents, so I'm like, okay, we're gonna move, and we'll come get you as soon as we get everything over. You know, like he gets his job, we find somewhere to stay, and I have a certain type of situation with my family. You know, so she was more than willing to be like, okay, I understand. You know, and we're ready to go up and go, but his heart was touched because like, no, I want her to be with us as long.
You say so that was this year?
Yeah, that was
this year. It was around the middle of the year.
So this was after you started the business or before?
Yeah, it was after. Okay. Yeah. So pretty much.
So you at least had your business going over too.
Yeah, it also make me our first customer also make me think about it. About turning back, because I'm like, I can't just leave the person right there waiting on us, and like it's just gonna be it's gonna speak bad about me and Stephanie. It's gonna speak about us in the wrong way that we don't want to. But I was also thinking, in the end, like we're not gonna live over there, so why does it really matter?
He had a promising job when we're on our way over there.
Okay, I was gonna say, why Virginia of all places?
He had a friend that opened up a restaurant, so he's like, look, this man has a restaurant, maybe we could build from there, and then you could, we're gonna do.
And he was also actually telling me like, I can help you, get on your feet over here, and then you can just get your business or start your own business again. But in the end, like, you know what, like, I have so many opportunities. Like I mentioned in the beginning of this whole podcast, I said like it is depends on us. Like I was in El Salvador. When I was in El Salvador, I would think, or people would say, "There's no work, there's no jobs." But it's not about that. It's like you have to take your sword and your shield and get up. Out there and fight these people that want to look you homeless, or they want to look at you when you are destroyed. But you got to go and tell what, like. For me, you are Goliath. You got to tell these people. For me, you are Goliath, and I'll bring you down. With a rock.
I don't chop off your head to make sure you're done
with your own sword. But not like not to initiate fighting or genocide, but it is more for
to be confident.
For us to be confident and be like, you know what? Yeah. I don't depend on you. I depend on myself. I depend on the ones that trust me. I depend on the ones that support me. And the people, and of course, my Lord. Of course, He is the number one. He will never leave me. He will never do. And so, and He hasn't until now. I can tell you that. I had so many testimonies. But that's pretty much why, like, we came back and said, you know what? No, don't worry about them. Don't worry if they fire us, because we did not lift the fork that was on the ground that we never dropped. There probably was one of our co-workers. Don't worry about them. I told him. Don't worry about all these people that just look at you. Oh, look, they sell T-shirts. So what? I sell T-shirts. Thank God I do. I'm bringing the bread to my home. Thank God I do. And like, don't worry about those that like persecuting to want to rob you. Like, oh, give me your money. Don't worry about money that is being stolen from you, from your pocket. Don't worry about you being threatened, because in the end, there's resurrection. There's a resurrection. There's a heavenly Father that will say, you know what, my sheep is being mistreated. My sheep is not being taken care of. I will take my sheep and I'll place it somewhere else, in a better place, in a higher place.
Set them apart from
and set them
those
apart,
that are mischievous and try to attempt and belittle us. But we're actually children of God, and we know that we come to work as a person of the earth. And we're just here to elaborate on that. And just be one. So God is good, and
so for people that, as far as travel to LA, what would you say are some of your favorite things about LA?
My favorite parts are the parks. The parks are my favorite part.
The national parks. We haven't gone to Yosemite. We haven't done many traveling, because we do focus a lot on trying to get work.
Lately. But before that, it was pretty much just like cruising. and going out. The best parts about LA, the beaches are nice. The beaches are nice.
Which beaches are your favorites?
Like a little ahead of Malibu, you pass Santa Monica, you go to Malibu. Malibu's beautiful. A little more ahead on the Pacific Highway, you'll find like more beaches really nice. That are pretty nice. Yeah, there's no what are they called, piers there, but you can still get in the
beach.
You're both good swimmers.
I am not the best swimmer, but I can swim a little.
I'll float. I don't know about swimming too good, but I mean,
we get into snorkeling and stuff more recently, really? So we've been pretty adventurous.
Yeah, another best thing to do when we're here in the city, because right here is pretty much buildings and concrete, is going out of the city. For example, like if you go to the mountain, there's like a big view in a I don't know if you Angel Crest. I don't know if you guys have been there. But it's very beautiful. You can see that.
We've been to Big Bear.
Yeah, Big Bear is nice.
Big Bear. Joshua Tree is one of
around those areas, like Big Bear and like the desert. Like when you're going towards Vegas, in between from here to Vegas, there's a lot of deserts that in the day,
Mojave Desert.
In the day, it could be like not the best place to be. Like it can be so it's so hot. I don't want to be here. But at night, it's a whole different thing. You can see the stars. You can see all this beautiful stuff.
Yeah, that's what we.
You could go camping there. Yeah. Nobody's gonna charge you first guy.
That's actually we fell in love. We went to Joshua Tree for my birthday, and we fell in love with the area and everything. Really? We had to go back and check it out. So we definitely want to travel all of that Mojave Desert area, because we do rock hounding, so we collect like rocks and crystals and stuff.
How fun!
So it's actually a really nice area to collect.
Joshua
I go fishing sometimes, it is a nice thing to do.
You do ocean fishing?
No, just from the pier. I want to get a boat soon, first guy, or I want to build it myself.
But you're still fishing in the ocean.
Fishing in the ocean.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I will go river fishing too. Yeah.
What type of fish do you catch?
That's a hard question, because I just know I caught some by Manhattan Beach. Yeah.
Do you eat the fish that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do eat them. I fry them. They're delicious with rice.
We used to go a lot of fishing when we used to live in Georgia.
Really?
And even in Virginia, we did a lot of fishing out there.
There's big lakes there? Or there lakes or rivers?
Big lakes, probably both,
Yeah. But you have to be careful there.
There's one that you can't fish in.
Yeah.
There's crocodiles or something?
Well, no, it's just toxic. Or toxic. So,
oh, my God.
It's not a good, I guess they dump a lot of things there.
Oh, my gosh. It's horrible.
So, but they have, where we were going, Fountainhead. I think it's a regional or national park, something like that. But, where we went for catfish fishing. So we rent a little boat and then go out there, a little John boat, and go out and early morning and do some fishing.
That's nice.
Catfish are.
I'm not too patient with fishing.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Her father is good at it though. I seen pictures of him getting like fish like at least 1 meter big.
Huge catfish. Huge, like this big of the table. Remember? He was all
the biggest fish I ever caught. It was like probably like 10 centimeters.
The trout. He brought a lot of trout, and my dad's all like, "These aren't fish."
And those taste good sometimes.
I cooked them, and he was like, "Man, I want meat. I don't just want to be crunching on it." Like my dad's really he likes
picky. We can say,
he likes them big.
Fish. I'm not really a big fish eater, but I like to go fishing, and I can cope with it sometime, but I'm just not a huge fish eater.
Yeah. Well, salmon is delicious.
Salmon. I like salmon.
All that kind of fish is delicious. Tuna.
Especially if you fry it, like a lot of fish are good.
Yeah. Now, southern fried catfish,
I think it depends on who cooks it. I'm not saying that it's because when I cook it, everyone wants to eat my soup, fish soup. But when I fry it, they don't want to eat it when I fry it.
Really don't like to fry it?
He makes really good fried chicken. Super delicious fried chicken.
I learned from all.
So both of you cook really well?
We could cook.
Yeah, because I work for these years. I work mostly in restaurants. Most of the time was restaurants, vegan restaurants, fast food restaurants, pizzerias, all this type of stuff.
What are some of the keys to, I guess, understanding and working with each other as a relation? Because we've been together over 10 years, so we're basically one. And
10 years.
10 years is a long time. We've been together for 2 years.
Yeah. He engaged me at the second month we got together.
No, I think it was longer than that.
3 months. 3 months.
I think it was like
right.
It felt like
I think it was after the first year. I don't really remember.
I think it was sooner than that, babe.
So technically, it's like almost like you guys are married already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Things are going well, and it's just the celebration that you're looking to have.
Yeah.
To be honest,
That's kind of how we looked at it as well. It was for us. It's more of the thing.
Well, to answer your question, sorry that I interrupt. To answer your question, the keys that have been for us is, mostly is communication with each other, which sometimes we lack. I'm not gonna lie to you. When we lack it, I try to, is when like kind of arguing comes in, instead of communication, arguing comes in. And when that comes in, and I tell her, you know what, I don't want to talk to you right now. We can talk to you. We can talk later, like just give me a minute. Because if we start arguing, then we're going to start fighting. And that's what I'm trying to avoid, And for example, like if I'm going to the store, I tell her, you know what, I want to go by myself, but
It used to be more like that. Now he wants me to be with him all the time. This morning, I wasn't even ready. And he's like, you want to go with me to go get milk? And I was like, okay. And I thought we were going to go in the car. But he's like, no, we're going to walk to the store. So, I was like in between, should I? And then I'm like, he wants me to go. Of course I should go with him, So I got ready as quick as I could. And I'm walking out. And he was just more than happy to have me, like, walk with him. Before it was like,
and that's another beautiful thing about LA. A lot of people don't know the option. So you thought we were going to drive to the store? No, we're going to walk.
Yeah.
So the driving versus walking, it does mean a lot to people that don't know, to walk together and to be able to share that communication outside of the car.
Outside of the car. We used to have the bus, so we would just be worried about the bus stop, and then with the car, we did have less.
We used to take the bus all the time. We were where I met her at the restaurant where I started working. She was working at. We would take the bus. I would take the train sometimes, and then sometimes I would like tell her to come over and like stay over, sleep over, and from then we're taking off this whole journey of life, of a couple's life. I say that one of the just be us, you don't have to be somebody else. I try to be just me. If I'm boring to you, okay then. But I'm not boring all the time. There will be time that I'll be like, you come with me. We're gonna do something fun tonight. Like, we're gonna go to the beach. We're gonna go fishing, or we're gonna go camping. We're gonna go stay at a hotel or something. There's always something to do. There's always something new to do. Yeah. I sometimes play video games. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I used to be a big video game addict, but thank God I got rid of them. Fanatic.
He was on there, and I would. I guess
there's levels to it. I wouldn't say fanatic. He might have just liked him. I like him as well, but I would never cheat for a win.
Oh yeah.
So you have people out there that their
with
whole
the
rig is set up for cheating for the win, and I've considered them a video game fanatic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And it's like,
I try to avoid those.
Right, and it makes playing video games not fun. I used to like it more, but now it's like.
Yeah,
I just want to have fun. I don't want to compete with the person that wants to slow your internet service down. So,
my gosh,
so they can.
Just
so they can get the win.
I had countered some of those, but in the end, I'm like, you know what? After this game, you're not gonna be on my next game. If you are there, then something's wrong with the game. Mostly in online gaming. If you are there all the time, then something suspicious that could be reported. But I'm not gonna report you. Somebody else could. I'm just gonna let it go.
Conspiracy comes up with it, huh?
Yeah, and recently, it's like 2 or 3 games that I play, but one of them, they've started popping up. This person has been banned for DDoS tactic.
Wow.
And it's basically that's what it is, to where it's an attack on your internet system, to where they're slowing down your internet to give them an advantage.
So pretty much,
you would think that just as a regular gamer, you're like, I'm just playing online just to be playing, but there's somebody else on the other end.
Yeah, with the black mode on.
That's just ruining your gaming experience and fun.
Black mode is too little for everything they could do to you. Like they could hack you completely.
Well, that's another thing as far as the hacking, but just the DDoS, that's just more of creating a latency in your system to where your internet isn't like if I'm
intervenes.
playing a fighting game and I throw a combo 1, 2, 3, I might get a jab out. But I've pressed 3 or 4 buttons and there's a serious lag. It's either my internet and their internet is crispy. So, you know, they always know that no matter what, I got the advantage because my internet is.
Yeah.
Well, I'm slowing down their internet.
Yeah, that's
so
one thing.
I know their internet isn't working perfectly.
I don't know what other keys about the relationship. I guess like besides communication.
For me, it was submission. Like I said, I'm a city girl, born and raised in LA. You know, and you know, I have alphas of just that. Well, my fiance said alphas are just, you know, it's God, and he is. It's alpha and omega. But for us, we're alpha females. We had too many women running our family. Like we just had more women than men. And in my family, that was, you know, it. Like the woman says what it has to be done, and the man's just gonna, you know, put in his work, and we're living. You know, that's it. Yep. And once I met him, I told him, I was like, I'm not, you know, because I had guys telling me, oh, you need a boyfriend, this and that. No, I need a husband, because I came out of church. I was like, no, I'm looking for God to, you know, I'm not looking. God's gonna provide me with that husband. And they'll look at me like, oh, okay. And I didn't know how much work it was to be in a relationship, because I have been in some before, but I wasn't allowing any of the, oh, well, abide by this, do this, you know, and follow or support them even.
Compromising.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, it's pretty much compromising, not submission. Yeah, because submission takes us to like some other topic. Like
okay, well.
Yeah, I can understand.
But yeah, it is kind of hard, you know, when you have been like, for example, I tell her, oh, I used to have like 3 girlfriends in school, you know, like one in 1 grade, one in another grade and stuff. Like I would be like that type of player, you know. I would be a player. Not really so professional. but yeah, you know what? And then like, it's not that I wanted them to do whatever I wanted. You know, I was just happy, you know, to have the keys. Yeah, I'll tell her like, as long as I get a kiss from that beautiful girl, I'm happy, you know. That makes my spirit be happy, you know. But in the end, I realized it wasn't good. It wasn't neither good for me, because I couldn't stay with none of them.
That's young spirit as well. That's
just youngster stuff. But yeah, I mean, I've seen cases where like adults also do it, you know. But that's not the case. That's not the path I want to go. My path where I want to go is like, you know what? As long as I go to work, like I just realized, you know what, I don't need to like be making myself look good for everybody, you know, for the whole world. Like, oh, look, he's so shiny. No, the Lord makes me shine. He shines upon me, you know, and that's where it starts. And as long as I stay with my fiance and I make her my wife, and then I have my family's healthy and they eat, and perhaps some few friends, you know, or everyone I can help, I'll help. Yes, of course, I want to, you know. I will pray for them. I would like invite them to church. I would even give out food to the homeless, you know. That makes me good. Like that makes me feel good, but I do it.
Sorry.
That's okay. That makes me feel good, you know, inside. And in the end, I don't do it for other people to see me. I just do it because I want to help. Not like, oh, I want to help to be seen, you know. I just want to help.
The energy.
Yeah, that part.
The being grateful to be able to help somebody.
Yeah. I am grateful to be able to help somebody. Sometimes, let's say, like we come out with some words when when our budgets or our pockets are not going as, or our finances is the best way. Excuse me. They're not going the way we want, right? So I say, you know what? Let's sell some food on the street. Like, we don't have to be shy to sell food, and we're just trying to pay rent, you know. Nothing to worry about. And then some food is left over at the end of the day, and then I'm just driving on my way home. We're driving, and then I see some homeless guy on the street. I'm like, oh, immediate stuff, and then I just stop and give out the food, and then go on my way home again, you know. Oh, I see somebody else. Oh, poop. Do it again, you know, until the whole food is over. Like this last time, it was like 3-4 days ago that we tried to sell some tamales. We couldn't sell so many. What happened is that I stopped at Echo Park, and since Echo Park is one side of the lake is full, One side of the lake is full. I said, you know what, Stephanie? We're gonna package all of this. We're gonna pack this 2x2 in plastic bags and aluminum foil, and then in plastic bags, and we're gonna give 2 to each homeless. Give it to them. Like, I don't matter. Even if my finances don't go as the way I want it.
Yes.
I just want to help.
Yeah.
I want to help them. And then and then the surprising thing is, you know what? Then one of them gave us a steak.
Yeah, like a $13 steak.
$13 steak, and I'm like, I'm giving this man a $4 meal, and he's giving me a triple of what I'm giving him, like nothing. I'm like, oh my God, that's a blessing for me. Like, I didn't even expect this, as well.
It was some rugged steak too. We just
it was
went
good.
home. We got home and we made it, and I was like, oh my gosh, babe, it was so tender.
That's what I love about LA.
Yeah. There's always going to be somewhere they're going to be giving, So for a lot of us, I mean, it's hard to ask for that gift, like, I was on the street once before. So for me, it was just like either like drugs or alcohol, anything like that will amend you to be like, oh, I don't need anybody. Because why? Because everybody does have a apartment, low income, and just goes and tents up and has like everything you need, because of the reason there's a church that's giving out, an organization that's giving, but a lot of us, I didn't want to ask. I honestly didn't want to ask, because I was like, no, I know what I'm doing, and I, there was nothing else, for me to want to do that. I didn't feel like I earned anything or anything like that. Right.
Yeah.
But for a lot of us in LA, we're very blessed to be here, to have and to proceed. And the government, the government, we don't always have to ask for everything, right? So for me, it's like a privilege, because my fiance, he's from Salvador, and when he's hurting, not as like hurt financially, but like, come on, not hurting even, like he just proceeds, he's a go-getter. And I'm over here like, okay, I just got my unemployment, I have all this, but he says, no, I don't want to, that's you, and I'm blessed to have it, but I'm holding it for us, and I'm still working as if I don't even have that. Why? Because I never want to make it seem like, like, oh yeah, I'm taking advantage of this. Oh, I don't have to do nothing. So, go ahead and struggle. No, I want to struggle with him. I want to do it. That's another key. If you see your partner, if you want to collaborate, the willingness, to be like, oh, okay, one day it's going to be good, one day it's going to be bad, and you better be ready for it. And if you want to keep this relationship going, and he has earned my want to earn with him, like want to work with him and do this hands on the plow, and both of us on the same page, even though it takes a lot of work to be on that same page, on the same paragraph, on the same line, and be like, okay, did you not understand me yesterday, what I said? And then I'm like, I'm kind of ditzy, and I'm going to be like, no, I forgot.
But you got to have your break days as well.
Yeah. I have to, I have a lot of break days. It's just like, I'm relaxed or something catches me off guard. I'm like, what? And he's like, okay, I understand, because you're off guard, So we learn. That's how we have to learn, like making the dough, and just keep progressing. And okay, I gotta remember, I gotta do it this way, nice and slow, or either I just gotta put in more work, and and it's a those are the key ingredients, basically, having to understand each other and keep working. Dirty work, clean work, good
faith
work.
is the key. Faith is the biggest key. Faith,
and have faith at the beginning and end.
How has the whole pandemic thing changed things for you guys? Just from visualizing before what was going on, and then from even just looking at to now, some of the things the decisions that you may have made because the whole DNA of LA changed.
Well, since the whole pandemic started, it has become more difficult. Yeah, it has become more difficult in a way. Excuse me one second. For example, job hunting is a whole different level now. You have to already be tested. You have to be negative. You can't be positive and come in and look for work. And mostly for me, it's become difficult for the same reason, because I do not have a social security number. I have an I-18 though. Thank God I have an I-18, but not everybody accepts I-18. Not everybody will accept an I-18. And that's also why I started the business, because I'm like, you know what, like if they're not gonna hire me, I'm gonna hire myself, you know. Yeah. And I have my license and I have my IT. If anything, and my taxes too, I can do it myself, you know. Like, thank God I learned, you know. But like, I'm not trying to bring all the burden upon myself. But yeah, it has been difficult in that way. But it is easier as well, because like, you get to, you know, like I already got tested like a bunch of times, not just one time, not just 2 times, and I have been tested more in different ways. You know, like there's the mouth test, and then there's the nose test. I think the hospitals provide that one, which is the worst one, because they put a stick inside your nose and they just like go like that. Oh my god, it's not the best experience, you know.
They're requiring that for getting a job, or
for COVID. No, that's like getting COVID tested. You know, COVID-19 tested. Yeah, and what I'm saying.
But there is requirements sometimes with employment.
I think I do not know.
It depends.
Okay, but so these other times were just volunteer being tested.
Yeah, I mean, it was, since it started, everybody had to be tested. You know, like we can't be in public places. You want to go out, you gotta get tested. You want to go to the store, you gotta get tested. You know how since the pandemic started, like at the beginning of the pandemic. Thank God, right now is like a little, you know, like we're already on the vaccine level already. Thank God, you know. I seen.
I don't trust it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
But
the Lord has it. The Lord's good.
So yeah, it affected me negatively in the point that, like, besides me not having the documentation, it will also, like, people will say, like, have you been tested? I mean, we probably could give you a chance, but have you been tested to COVID-19? Like, if you haven't and you're positive, we can't have you here. We don't want to have you here, not because of who you are, you know, but because you could bring that in here, and we don't want it here, you know.
It's crazy.
But and then it affected me positively. It affected me positively in the way that I'm now starting to see, like people say, a bigger picture, right? That, like, you know what, like, you don't really have to work for someone else. You can just go yourself, knock on the door, and like it is written in the Bible, it says, I am the door. I open the doors, and
the Lord will provide.
And I knock on the door, he says. So in the 3 ways, he's there. And if you have faith, he's there. Oh my God. Like with our employees, at first I thought, like, you know what, like, what was going to happen, you know, when we're starting, like, what's going to happen? Like, are they going to provide us work? Like, I really need it, you know. But then when I like, you know what, Lord, if it is you, if it is your will, then it will be you know, it happened. You will take care of it. And then so he did. I'm like, oh my God, I shouldn't even worry.
Yeah.
You know, I shouldn't even worry. Like,
there's times when you know, housekeeping for me, it's always been, I love it, you know, but I don't want to stay. Like, he made the business happen. I was just doing housekeeping, like, oh yeah, $60-$80, you know. But when it comes to reality, I need to pay rent. I need to do this. I need to do that, because I was doing it for people who were hurt, people who couldn't even pay enough, like $45 a day or every other week. That what I would provide my 4 hours of employment there, you know. So I wanted to help, you know, but at the same time, there was advantages being taken from me, you know, like they didn't have enough something, you know, and I'll provide, you know. But he literally helped me grow with that aspect of, I'm an adult. I need to move. I need to flourish. And I've had people tell me, I just got over my COVID. Once I'm in their home, I just got off of, I've just got off of the COVID testing. Is that fine with them? I'm like, well, I'm here. God bless us, right? And I just have my gloves on. I mean, my, you know, to clean. And I try not to discriminate, like my fiance has said. Like, there's not just that barrier of the social, there's also that barrier of, have you been tested, you know? Right. And when people are looking for this help, I mean, may God bless their souls, you know? We don't know their intentions. If there is, you know, that intention of, oh, I want to get this person sick, something like that, you know, we never know. But I'm
which
not
is usually not.
Yeah. I'm not with that mindset, like, oh yeah, these people are trying to harm me, but I do feel bad, you know. So at the same time, I want to help them know I am of confidence, you know. I'm not going to come in here and be like, oh my gosh, you had that, oh, I need to go, you know. But I just, you know, go ahead, take care of their things. But I've had that happen where the woman, she's like, me and my roommate had COVID and we recently got over it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I feel happy that they're here with me. You know, how did they get, how did that happen? As a woman, you know, you get a little curious. You're like, how did you guys get it? You know, you just want to sit down already and start talking, you know, but at this case, it was just like, okay, go ahead. You know, you could sit in one area. I don't mind you being in the living room while I'm cleaning or anything. I'm not trying to push them away. I'm actually trying to help them inhabit and where they live. Welcome, you know, and the pandemic, it does separate and isolate. You know, so there's ways sometimes people don't want to work. How, you know, like they get out of the house now. Like, I'm used to having people, chit chat with me a little and I'm cleaning. Oh yeah. Depends on who you know, their charisma, if they like it.
Yeah. And,
so yeah, a lot of them do step out and I'm like, oh, well, God be with us, you know, and just keep moving forward. And, sometimes jobs come, sometimes they go. But like my fiance Eric has said, we have faith. We have faith. It's the way we present ourselves to anyone. You know, anybody could be a possible employee. Could employ us. Anyone could employ us with friendship. Anything like that. For me, everything is a job that we have to have well done. You know. So
what are some of the methods you guys have used to promote the business?
Handing out business cards and handouts too.
Online, next door.
Online is the best one for us right now. The ones that is more effective for us, which is on like a next door, where we were able to find the only 2 customers that we have, and then we are trying to keep. But I believe it is more because over here in the city, it is like it's hard to like hand out or give handouts or give business cards. But if I go more to like a residential area where like more housing area, there was more houses than apartments or buildings, it will be easier. You know, I think it will be easier, and that's our next step for the business
to going out
business plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
As far as promotional tools, any advice?
Promotion.
For promoting the business.
Oh,
you guys have a website?
Not yet. We don't have a website, but it should be another step in the.
Do you guys do social as well?
Facebook, Facebook, Nextdoor. Basically, those are our two pull-ins. You know,
you guys tried like Craigslist?
No, but I think Craigslist is a great idea.
Yeah, Craigslist.
I think another best idea we could have is like emails. You know, like email promoting. But I do not know how to get the emails of other people. I gotta. Yeah, it's going to be a hard one. But like I said, like podcast is a big tool.
Yeah.
It is a big tool. Like it never crossed my mind. Like, okay, I always thought, okay, online, okay, business cards, okay, paperwork, you know, like knocking on doors. But the podcast, I never crossed it. Or like perhaps going to TV. I seen it. You know, I seen it. Yeah. I heard it on the radio. I seen it on TV, but it never crossed my mind on my business plan. You know,
It works a lot better when I guess the podcast has a very, very big following, but we're working on the way to it as well. But that's one of the main reasons. Yeah.
I tell you one thing. I think the best way would be like, you know, always like giving out flyers. Yeah, flyers. It will be the best way. And right here on 7 Figueroa, I know it is a very trafficked place. And besides the fact that right there is the train station in front of the mall, like there's 2 big things, like 2 big businesses or promoting targets right there.
Yeah. That's right.
And a lot of people with talent always pass by through there, you know. So
that's basically where I'm always at, street performing.
Yeah.
So the flyers would be good.
Yeah, you should give out flyers for your podcast.
Well, I have a sign up that people come by and they'll take a picture and stuff like that. But that's definitely one of the focuses where we were looking for promoting podcast stuff. We just recently got business cards for the podcast, like maybe last month. And
it's changed. Like it's the way you promote like now after the pandemic versus before has changed. Like before, handing out cards and like you can count on like seeing people more physically, you know, and now scared. It's like you don't see people physically. Now you have to get creative, you know, online and finding these apps. I just heard of Nextdoor like last week.
Really?
So I was like, okay, let me try it and see what other apps are out there like it. But it's changed like since the pandemic. It's like you have to find new ways to find people that you used to find walking around and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, it'll be over soon. I pray that you also. I also pray that you also will be getting more people to come to your podcast. Yeah, because I'm telling you, if I could promote you guys, I'll promote you guys. Like I'll probably listen to you guys. It's the same thing.
Once we do the clips and everything, it's cross promotion.
Okay.
So you guys are going up too.
Okay, my bad. That's
it's like a multiple aspect to the business. So there's this podcast that we have that we create for ourselves, but we also offer the space for recording people recording their own podcast. And they'll have four mics if they want to interview people. The Rodecaster Pro, the equipment we have for podcast, it takes in phone calls. So if you want to get call in, depending on what kind of podcast, and then like coming up with a custom jingle, coming up with a logo, and like putting together social promotion, and if they want a website, putting together that. So we kind of help them with every step of the podcasting process. We also we do photography. So it's just kind of putting together all our skills to help them, you know.
Definitely.
Awesome.
That was good.
Awesome.
That's
good. Well, to be honest with you, I do not have a website. Not like a solid website, but I do know there's Google Business, which I tried to use before with another business idea I had, which was like selling clothes and fashion stuff. But I haven't worked on that as much as in the housekeeping business. And I think it will be almost like I know like people just search for words sometimes on Google and it will show up right there. And mostly if it is close by, because you put the address right there, and then it shows some. If I want to add picture for like outside of the building.
It helps because sometimes if you're using Google Maps to look it up, then your website will give them more information. Sometimes that might push you over somebody else that might not have like. Pictures or a site to go to where they can trust you a little bit more, I guess.
You have to look more, have everything more presentable and like edible and
more professional.
They want to watch. They want to see
like before and after pictures, things like that.
Oh those are the ones that help the most.
They
will always help. Like, oh look, they can do it. Like there's the proof. What other proof do I want besides visual proof?
What is your guys' like price range for the hours of maybe studio time or your website setup, or what is that?
So for the recording, in here we do for the audio we do $50 an hour. If you want the video with it, we're still working out the kinks with the video, but what did we say? $75 an hour with the video.
I think it was 100 because of having to put it together as far as the time and exporting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's a different with the website. It depends. Like, see, with the website, because there's so many. It depends, like how many features that they want on it. If it's just a basic one, that's one level of effort. But if, say, they want like extra features, like they want a way to like book. Take a booking form, or like they want I don't know, it's hard to think.
Okay.
But just like it depends like what all the features they want on the site, so that I can figure out how to
price it.
I guess even if they're selling stuff, or even a catalog or something on that, depending on the business, probably.
Yes.
Depending on how much work you have to put in.
Basically that's so we usually do like a consultation session to where we figure out all that you need, and then we can work out a price that way.
It's kind of like our work too.
And that's how I can understand. It works that way actually for you guys too, because sometimes when they have a set deal for cleaning or whatever,
Yeah,
it doesn't work for everyone, and sometimes they want to this and not that, and they want to piece together their own package. Basically,
he has seen my work, like the places I had to work in. You know, there was a small place. The first time I went there, my goodness, they had two big mastiff bulldogs,
the
bulldogs,
big
the huge ones with the sagging face. With a little one that was living in there, and then it's a daughter. It was like two teenagers, a mother and a father. And, you know, those are huge, and it was a small space. When the first time I went in there, I charged her $60, but she gave me $100, right? But it was so much work because I worked from the walls down to the sides, everything. And he was like, what? How are you just going to charge that much and not even see the work before you go in? And I was like, he was right on that one. You know?
Because
I was just thinking about, let me just go clean. She didn't tell me she had dogs living in there. She didn't tell me her sofas needed work. She didn't tell me none of that. So I went in there and I was just kind of thinking like, great.
Yeah,
but through this, you kind of figure out what, you know, your different pricing and things like that.
I was
and
starting.
what takes a certain amount of time and the different levels.
Definitely the time.
I can imagine each job will probably be different in that field.
And she had time without having someone clean her home, so it was a good before and after. It should have been a before and after picture.
Yeah, definitely take those.
They
help.
They do help. But I always forget to take them.
Yeah,
but you definitely want to do that because it'll help for customers to
future
people
references.
to be able to sit and look.
There's a lot of business stuff that like or like small details that we forget that I know they are helpful. For example, like say not just the before and after pictures, but also like write down the phone number of the customer and ask them if they want to be a reference. You know, like can you be a reference for us? Like, you know, we need it. You know.
Yeah, we
don't know the person. They probably could say yes, or they probably could say no. You know,
that's the other thing too you can do on the site, to where you have testimonials. Those help when you have a business that's a service type of business, like getting like testimonials. When they go to your site, they can look at other people.
Because there is the COVID has changed the way people will see a housekeeper or all that. There's some people that do want to know, like, we had a person recently want someone to call in a housekeeper, and there was like 18 comments like, I do housekeeping, there's this person, there's that person, and she came and I insisted. I was like kind of, like in the first one, hi, my name is Stephanie, I've been a housekeeper for a while, I'm in the area, plain and simple, left her my number, and then she's all like, well, do you have any references? Like, I understand. So, thank God we had Jana, that she's right now our only one that we have had this month. And she went ahead, and I guess she spoke to her, and I'm pretty sure, I had a good review with, her testimony was good enough for her. Yeah. I'm hoping.
The fact that she's a nice
very
customer,
nice person.
Or very nice person as well, not just a customer. I gotta get rid of that word in my mouth.
So there is those tough cookies out there. So with the promotion, the way you just put it up of a testimony in there, I would like to pick up like 2 or 3 more, and then maybe speak about, for that way when I'm generating some type of income, we could go ahead and build something like that. If Eric agrees with that, that'd be fine.
I just look forward to cleaning restaurants and offices. Those are my specialties.
Yeah,
I have specialties are the apartments
and
houses.
Okay.
It's more challenging.
Yeah, I'm domestic. He's
it's almost like that with photography. She's more events, and I'm more of one-on-one photo shoots type stuff.
Oh, wow.
He's better with like modeling and stuff like that. Pictures. I do more like group portrait and whatever. So
So like weddings, you would say something like that.
Like events. Weddings, events,
behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
That's nice.
Just capturing like candid moments versus like, hey, pose this way, pose that way. He's better with that. I'm more. I sneak around and try to capture like laughing moments or things like that.
That's cool. That's cool. I was gonna say, and how did you guys feel about the picture from your wedding, from your wedding picture right behind you?
How did you we got married in Santorini, Greece.
Okay.
So,
Greece?
Yeah.
Oh wow, you guys traveled, babe. They traveled, babe.
Oh yeah.
They gone to Greece.
I can't go out.
I know.
Sorry,
You can't. Not just yet.
Not just yet.
We're
Yeah.
hoping soon. Yeah, I don't even have a passport. Like he's all like, "Oh, you need a passport." I have one, and well, we did, and then I'm like, I never even traveled on a plane. I was like, I want to go.
I need to
You're gonna get scared the first time.
Yeah,
I probably
You
will.
feel like you're all, everything inside of you start going up, you know. I felt like
it's
that
not
my
too
first time.
bad. It's pretty.
I love
comfortable.
traveling though.
So about Greece, the picture. Going back to the picture, how do you guys feel the picture was great? Because you guys are
we loved
photographers, you know.
Yeah,
You would think
Yeah.
like, oh, it could have been better. You know?
Well, nah,
The lighting.
they got a bunch of different pictures, but just it
yeah. The
captured.
ceremony was good, and
That's
then we
good.
had like his brother do the walking around pictures afterwards.
Oh,
and-
nice.
Yeah,
But it was good.
we enjoyed it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
I
were
mean-
perfect enough. Yeah,
that's great. I'm so happy you guys, did that big. You
It
know,
was a small, stress-free wedding.
Yeah.
I have one question since you
Yeah.
guys mentioned as well that you guys have been for not too long but long enough, like at least long, for 10 years. How have you guys been able to handle that long, like, if I may ask? Yeah,
It's-
the
Handle the what?
relationship, your guys' relationship for 10 years, right? You guys said you've been
Yeah,
together for
yeah.
10 years.
yeah.
I was telling Stephanie just the other day, my longest relationship, I mean, back before her is, I never thought about marriage, but when I met her, yes, I thought about marriage.
Wow.
And my longest relationship was 2 years. So like I was never able to do more than 2 years, you know. Of course, before getting like a serious or official girlfriend, I would take my time, you know, because of course, like, I mean, it's always distracting to lose somebody that's really important to us, you know. At least not to death, but to distance.
Yeah.
So how long? I mean, how have you guys been able to
I guess
be
keep
this
it
long
up.
together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cope with it.
Of course, communication is everything.
Patience as well. One
Yeah.
thing I was gonna say earlier is like being patient to grow with each other. Like I think people nowadays they have all of these requirements. I need the person to be this, a long list of things in order, and it's like you don't allow, everyone grows and changes, and you have to be able to, grow and change with each other and trust that you will grow, and
Your goal has to be to grow because,
Mm-hmm.
some relationships, it depends on the person. So you have to bond. That's another thing. You definitely have to bond in a way other than just of the world.
Yeah.
You have to have an understanding for this person has a heart. I don't want to break this person's heart. And at least from my point of view, some people just have a different view of what a relationship is, what the definition of a relationship is, what the view of this was my parents' relationship, or this was the TV's relationship, or this is what a relationship's supposed to be like, and to have an understanding that this is our relationship.
Yeah,
Nobody
make your
else.
own.
Amen.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
Everyone
has
has
this
their own
relationship.
rules. You
Yeah.
know, it's not about what society says, or the man has to be like this, the woman has to be, and
Yeah.
this is,
Amen.
not to get too caught up in the roles and all of
Oh
that.
yeah. I know. Like I've seen some people making up lists like, oh, they have to be slim, they have to have this job, they have to.
And
Well, that's
Take
more of
I
a
will
that's
be
a
honest, like,
preview. That's more of a, I guess,
What I want.
that's before the relationship.
Uh-huh.
I guess we're talking more for the people that's already in the
the
relationship
Oh, okay.
and kind of
I
looking
forgot about
to
my question.
kind of more looking for the longevity.
Uh-huh.
One of the things that even after we got to a point, and it's me knowing, I guess, even the life that I want to live, I don't want to stress stuff. I don't want to have a heavy heart, and especially like when I go to sleep at night, I don't want to have that heavy. I don't want to have a heavy heart, even if it's an argument. So even as we learn throughout the year, we would have maybe a disagreement, not really arguments, and that's the thing. We don't argue a lot. It's figuring out how to communicate without it being an argument. Never call names, a lot of people get into relationships and get at the name calling thing. That's the worst. It's like, don't push into a certain style of relationship that, you know, that you don't really want. If you don't really want to argue at all in your relationship, don't practice arguing in your relationship. You know, for me, like I said, even to get to a point to where if you're going to practice arguing, practice making up just as good as you practice arguing. So if we have a miscommunication during the day, I'm the kind of person that's like, all right, I don't want to go to sleep with this. So we're going to make it right before we go to sleep.
Oh, yeah. I try to do that too.
That's a big key, because life is day to day. You got to be grateful for that present moment a lot of times. So it's more like, all right, I know how this situation made our day. I don't want tomorrow to be like that. I want to wake up and we're back on, you know, the love path that we've been on, you know. So that's a key, at least for me, in figuring out how to do that. Even if, you know, you could feel like, all right, she's not going to let me make it up to a certain degree, or she's not going to, you know, let me clear this out. So when we work tomorrow, it's having that communication, like, okay, he's trying to clear this up so we don't have to have this disagreement tomorrow, and being able to work with both sides.
Okay.
You know, and understanding like, okay, we both, neither one of us really want to wake up mad from something from yesterday.
You want to keep it together more than all.
Yeah. So communication, you got to be able to communicate it to a way to where it doesn't roll over into tomorrow. It doesn't roll over into next week. It doesn't roll over into 4 years from now.
And you keep
you did this or this is this. And you know, 8 years from now, you still kind of.
Don't hold on to the egos. Like, if you make a mistake, then just, you know, fix it, you know, because sometimes, like, I'll have a temper and I'll get, you know, irritated and say something, and then I'll regret it later on. So it's just like, you know, if that happens, just let it go, or, you know, just, you know.
And learning how not to fuel
or either
things.
Keep up that same habit or that same characteristic. Because it took me a lot to learn how to understand that he's a person with a good heart. He's a person that wants to give me the all. He's a person that, you know, the Lord has given to me, you know, and there's many people that we play, or either we just don't even know that that's there, you know. So for me, it was like a whole way process for me. And he had to keep going. And he's a person that does not like to repeat himself.
And
I'm also learning to do it.
Yeah, he's learning. Yeah, exactly. He just made that butter, you know, he's churning that hard butter into, like, okay, it's softening. Okay, it seems like I got to explain it to you again. And I just don't like that phrase. But I mean, I'm understanding him, you know, because of the reason that he's, his mom even looks at him like, oh, well, he's changed, you know, because he explains to you where he's going. He explains to you. He never liked that before. And, but he has done that great sacrifice of changing for him, for me, for us, you know, for not just himself, but for us, and being able to love that part, you know.
If the love is there, I think, you know,
trust as well.
The trust and the love, because honestly, I will say, like, it keeps getting better. Yeah. You know, and it's like, you think you like reached the, you know, the peak, and then like it keeps getting better and better. So if the love is there, it's always gonna, you know,
evolve.
It keep evolving and, you know, surprise you. Anyways.
It does. It happens. It does happen. I can say, like, hope is another key. Like hoping for a better days, you know, like, because life is difficult, and we know by this point. Like, I learned by this point. I'm 26 years old.
And that was before the pandemic. Life was difficult before the pandemic.
Oh yeah,
it's a whole type of reset and difficult now.
I still,
like,
but I still think it's not that big deal. You know, we can't let it like stop us. You know, it won't. We shouldn't let us be stopped by this.
You can still upgrade.
Yeah.
So hope, faith, and love. Hope, faith, love, communication, trust. They're big keys.
Yeah, you guys gave us good keys too. Like, you know. Yeah. So I was gonna wear my key earrings, but I
you know, we're always learning. That was one of the things why we did the podcast as well, is to kind of learn from everybody else. It's a more organic way to actually meet people and have a conversation, even with networking with artists and stuff like that, I found it better to bring them here and communicate and then move into networking. Yeah. Because that's also something that's just as, a lot of people don't know it. A music relationship can almost be just as toxic as a relationship. Definitely. You know, a regular relationship, because musicians are toxic. Yes. So people can be toxic. If you get into a bad music relationship, it can be just as toxic as a loving relationship, or, you know.
Yeah. Any friendship.
Yeah, but there's always a solution for everything, you know. There's always a solution. For example,
all takes time.
I was, let's say, I like freestyling. It's just like, you know, rhyming a thing or two. And like, to be honest, I've encountered a lot of like musicians that were like, "Oh no, you're not gonna get the goal. We are gonna get the goal. You know, we're gonna get to the goal line. You're not gonna get to the goal line." You know, you encounter like toxicity in the musician path, musician path. But then I realized, like, well, what am I supposed to do with these people? In the end, they're not. You know, like, if they get there, thank God. You know, like, I'm happy for you. And like, if you were whoever you were with me, that's fine, man. Like, please don't kill my spirit. Just don't kill my spirit, and we're good. You know, like, if you harm me a couple of times physically, it's like it's whatever. You know, like, it's already in the past. You know, but I pray for you, because inside of it's not me. It's inside of you something that wants to destroy. That's what I was telling Stephanie the other day. You know, like, when you find someone that is this, like, that has this so many and like anxiety, that has all this destructive stuff to start destroying. It's like the dominoes, you know, like you drop, like you pull a bunch standing, and you just push one and you drop, and all of them are gonna start dropping, you know, like a domino effect. Like the domino effect, you know. So when you find someone like that, like, she found me like that, to be honest, and it helped me a lot to recover a lot. And then she fell, and then I helped her recover. So the point of this is, like, same with musicians and same with everybody else, is that I see that I see or that I think about, you know, is like, when we find somebody like that, we shouldn't let them destroy us. We should help them to get up again. You know, that's our point. That's my point of view. You know, of things, this kind of situation of toxicity. You know, like, I don't consider it toxicity. Okay, you are toxic, it's fine, but I know how to heal you. I know how to recover you. Like, I've been through where you have been, and I've destroyed those around me before, and like, somebody help me, I'll help you. Like, it's something that I shouldn't like, if I ever find somebody so destructive, like like a maniac type of person that will destroy me no matter what I'm gonna do is, you know what, I'm gonna help you. I'm going to help you. Don't worry about it.
Which will usually keep you protected.
Well, and the funny part is that me and Eric, we somehow find a bond with people that are more, you know, out of it. You know, people who are like the rarest. You know. Yeah. And I mean, God has given us that privilege to be able to just sit and talk to those people. He sits and talks to people. He gets off the car. I'm like, okay, where are we? You know, but he does his thing. And then I find, you know, something else to do. I see another person around there that needs help or anything. We have extra clothes or something in the car. I'll go get it. And we start just working, you know, and it's all God's work. And we're blessed to have that touch, you know, that we could actually talk to those who are talking to themselves, or either take care of people who don't even want to take care of themselves, you know. So it's a privilege, to be able to have this companion with me too, that is in the same we could say same line of work and that the Lord has given us, you know. And we're blessed to
and to be such a strong bond. And
it's a whole field. It's a whole field we have to work. But it's a pleasure, guys. I don't know if it should be about time for us to leave. We're gonna be here all day.
Go ahead and
like, I don't know how long we're gonna be
I was just gonna ask for you guys to go ahead and tell them again where they can find you, the name of your business, and you know.
Yeah. Okay. So once again, the business. Our first idea was it was keep it clean. To name it like that, but the actual name of the business right now is S as for Stephanie and E as for Eric. S and E is housekeeping. We're basically gonna be cleaning homes, apartments, no matter what side of the home or no matter the side of the apartment. We're also looking forward to get inquiries or new customers or new clients for office cleaning. Not just office cleaning, but also restaurants. And if we find something else like studios, anything, where pretty much like cleaners and all kind of cleaning stuff, we're gonna be able to get it. Like Stephanie mentioned in the beginning, we do not have a bunch of equipment, but we have the pretty
we have the means.
The most useful ones and the basics, whatever the ones that we need. And they can contact us. They can contact us through our phone numbers. 323-738-1289. That's my phone number. 323-738-1289. And her phone number is 213-306-0669. Once again, 213-306-0669. Yeah. We also have our emails.
Nextdoor application too.
Yeah, on Nextdoor they can find us, but I think it's gonna be difficult because a lot of people there. We don't have a professional page in there too. But on Google, on Google Business, there will be E Housekeeping. Our address where they can also come and look for us, like before giving us when they give us a call and they want to look for where we live, because right now we don't have an office because since the pandemic, everything was closed. We haven't been able to grab an office yet. Hopefully we will soon. And the address where they can find us is 548.5 West 46th Street, Los Angeles, California. And also in 1163 as West Edgeware
Road, Los Angeles, California.
Also, they can email us. They can email us to ee10091994 @outlook.com. Once again, ee10091994 @outlook.com.
Okay. And we'll have all of this information in the description as well. So, they don't have to remember all of that.
Yeah.
So.
And it's been a very, very, very big pleasure having you guys. I love you guys' energy. And I know you're going to be successful. You're already successful now. It's just a growing path. You already know.
Let us not have tired eyes, none of us.
And it's everything. Our motto is consistent self-improvement. So it's consistent self-improvement every day in every way for us. So.
Okay.
Thank you guys for hosting us today, and hopefully we can come again some other time. We can stop by again some other time.
Yeah. Perhaps start off my conversations like this with mics in front of me. I liked it. Okay.
Hopefully we can also. I hope you guys have happy holidays. I want to tell to anybody who hears this.
Invite us if you guys have an eggnog going on. No, just kidding. We'll take hot chocolate. We'll take hot chocolate.
Somewhere picking up
agates
or something.
Yeah, we don't have too many families in California.
Okay.
So
you guys are going to go do your little thing. What is it? Rock collection?
Rock hounding.
Rock hounding is a
counting. Rock counting. Okay. And Joshua Tree, you said, is the best place to go for.
Well, we go some of everywhere.
We go a lot of different places. Sometimes to the beach area, Palos Verdes area, or
nice.
Joshua Tree. Between here and San Bernardino County,
we're rookies.
A lot of different.
So we're just getting started.
Yeah. That's nice.
And we try to pick stuff that's more local because I have a list of places.
You might have you might find a diamond someday. You never know. You might find a diamond or
gold and diamond. There's plenty
beautiful
of it.
rocks.
Yeah. Even these rocks, they it's not just the diamond gets all the glitz and glamour, but there's other ones that give you great energy, like amethyst and other ones. So we're just recently getting into it,
and it's a hobby for you guys right now.
And you get to be out in nature. And
that's beautiful.
Spend hours in nature without thinking about it.
Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
And Happy New Year.
Close it out.
I'll go close it out. Okay, you guys can find us on AmericanGypC.com. gypC spelled GYPC. And we have a podcast production service as well as website and photography. You can check out the information at AmericanGypC.com. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, American gypC YouTube channel, where we have our video podcast as well as vlogs and our adventures and things like that. We have merch, consistent self-improvement merch on luamlee.com, luamlee.com. You can find us on social at American gypC, at luamlee, at Classic Photography, and all of this information will be in the description, so you don't have to worry about writing it down. Thank you for listening, and we are out.
Thank you.
God bless everybody.
You guys, thank you.
Peace.